Thanks, son. Good morning, everybody. We'll call to order the meeting of the Board of County Commissioners, regular meeting for January 16th, 2024. If you please rise and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which Are there any additions to the agenda? Okay, hearing none, agenda will be approved to stand. Constituent time, is there anybody in the room that would like to address the board during the constituent time in the room? Okay, Mr. Lightfoot. Is the mic still on? Okay, thank you. Your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Yes, sir. Richard Lightfoot, 19500 G Road, District 1. I don't know if you guys have seen the 1900 road on F Road, I'm sorry, F Road, across the street from the batch plant that you guys okayed to have put in. The road's already crumbling and needs repair bad. And I don't understand why, if the county can afford to pave a private road somewhere, why they can't fix a road that we fought on, that trying to get a bigger bond for the batch plant. And the planning commission, it was a $10,000 bond is all they wanted to pick for road repair. Well, it's been just a little over a year and the whole road is already crumbling out there. And I don't think somebody has really taken a good look at it. And I believe the planning commission needs to be overhauled. So that's something that's coming up, whether you guys realize it or not. It's coming real fast. So that'll do it for me.
Thank you, sir.
We do have open seats in District 1 for Planning Commission.
Yeah. No, you couldn't give it to me.
Anybody else in the room like to address?
I
Yes,
think Chuck signed
go
up.
ahead, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Charles Sherrick, 5607 2000 Road, here in Delta, District 1. At the last Planning Commission meeting, I had mentioned two things, but I may be going in the wrong direction, so I'm here to kind of voice my opinion, and maybe you can steer me in the direction. I had mentioned, after spending about most of the summer going to solar seminars and going to the Emerald Lab a couple times and talking to numerous people outside of our group about solar farms and learning about what it takes to make them click and everything. I thought it might be a good idea to maybe put a fund together for all of the people on the planning commission, not the commissioner side, but on the planning commission. Because I noticed that they vote for things and some of them make the response, I don't know anything about it, but it sounds like a good idea. That's not a good response, guys. And, you know, if I can take the time, maybe they can take the time to go to some of these, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, if it's a solar farm, if it's a road, if it's something, a chicken farm, to go out there and look at it and see what's going on. I know that it's a volunteer thing and it's demanding of time. The second thing that I have a question for all of you guys, when you call on the commissioners or you call on the planning commissioners for direction or a place to go, I know you can't speak and you have to refer it to somebody, but how do you go about getting an answer on your questions? Because I always come up with these questions and they kind of fall by the wayside. And I know there's a process for doing it. I'm just not aware of it. So I thought I'd ask you guys, they have my email. If you could send me something with some direction. A lot of it probably doesn't pertain to the commissioners to make a decision, but at least I'd have somebody to talk to and try to get an answer for some of this stuff. That's about all I got, not much, but.
So just a quick answer to your question. You know, we normally don't respond during constituent time because we don't want it to become a ugly back and forth, which can happen. But phone call, email to commissioner, you know, we'll try to answer your question. If it's something to do with a planning decision that may have to be made, obviously we cannot discuss that because of ex parte communication.
Right.
But if you call us or email us, we can do our best to get you at least in the right direction if we don't have an answer.
Yeah, that'd be great, because I got, you know, maybe I'm just.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you. I know Anita, of you signed up, but you'll be presenting here in a few minutes. Anybody else in the room? Anybody on a computer, Lindsay?
No.
Okay. Next up, County Clerk Terry Stevenson.
I have the minutes for the January 2nd, 2024 BOCC regular meeting and reorganization. I did receive some corrections. And I believe your packet has those corrected documents. Are there any other changes, or deletions, or
I have none.
additions?
None here. Good.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll go into commissioner business. We have a Friends of Youth and Nature presentation from Anita. So if you'd state your name and everything.
Well, thank you for this opportunity. My name is Anita Evans. I am Chair of Friends of Youth and Nature, and I live at 2852 Stingley Gulch Road in Hotchkiss. And basically, I'm here for an informative presentation and also a request. So that's, you know, we have been around here as a nonprofit, all volunteer nonprofit for about 5 years now, and started in 2018 as a resource for people across our 4 counties here in the Western Slope to share how to connect to the outdoors. And we started off mostly through our web presence and also information and we have over 50 different provider organizations now on our website across the 4 counties that are free and available to the public. We don't charge for organizations on our website. We are a charity organization, so we offer everything free of charge. And our mission is to eliminate barriers to participation in outdoor activities by Western Slope youth. We are not a hands-on organization. We are a support organization in that effort because we do not want to compete with those providers that are out there, but we want to promote them and support them. So we collaborate with partner organizations to provide activities promoting healthy physical, social, and emotional outdoor lifestyles that build resilience in youth. We feel that's really highly important, especially considering you know, the stress and depression and suicide ideation that is higher here in the Western Slope than it is over on the Front Range. It's almost double in some areas of the Western Slope. And we feel like that the outdoors is a connection to better health and to resilience. We like to educate youth and community members about safe participation in outdoor activities and environmental stewardship, knowing where to go, what to do when you get there. Those are really important things to having a successful positive outdoor experience. Facilitating coalitions serving our most compromised youth populations and eliminating barriers to connecting those youth to nature, and connect youth with local established outdoor education providers and provide a web-based information resource about outdoor opportunities. Over the last 5 years, we've evolved over those 5 focuses, you know, as through the pandemic, and it's changed quite a bit by the requests of the people who need support. And we served over 810 that first year, mostly here in Delta County, and then expanded every year, increased our reach. It's an obvious need for support, and we served and touched over 8,500 lives last year in 2023. And scholarships, basically We provide scholarships for transportation, gear, and projects for classrooms, families, and organizational programming. Watershed education in cooperation with the Gunnison Basin Roundtable and Forever Our Rivers for the last 3 years, with over 3,200 youth served and over 1,600,000 spent in 2023. Farm to school program needs. That was huge during the pandemic, and it's changing now, post-pandemic, to more community areas, because it was an immediate get kids outdoors right there at schools. So that was really a great thing, and that is changing now, but we still have a school fund. Facilitation for of Together for Resilient Youth, which is an organization that provide a free care library and organization of 5 outdoor events per year for members of this coalition with the help of many volunteers. And 3 of which those organizations are here in Delta County. They're served here in Delta County, partners of Delta, Montrose and Uray, CASA 7JD, Haven House for the Homeless is in Olathe. Black Canyon Boys and Girls Club is in, is in Montrose. But Families Plus has been the one that we've supported the most here in Delta County. Assisting us with these outings are Colorado Parks and Wildlife, Montrose Recreation District, the Outer Range Forest School, Nature Connection, and Colorado Canyons Association, and many others, as well as many volunteers help us have successful outings for those kids. Facilitation of Sharon's kids. A couple of years ago, we took over, I don't know if you know Sharon Regal, she lived in Crawford and has since moved and had some health issues and wanted us to take over her programming for getting kids outdoors in the North Fork. We agreed to take over one of her programs, which was the YMCA camp at Camp Santa Maria. And for North Fork youth, it valued at $11.45 per youth for a week of traditional summer camp. And so we've done that for the last couple of years. And that's huge, because a lot of those families don't have internet or don't have consistent internet or ways to be able to do online registration for that camp. And so, basically we go through step by step with those families exactly what to do, and go through the 13 to 15 pages of documentation that they need, and help them line up a doctor's appointment for their kids so that they can have a physical. All of that usually at no cost to them. And then we also do transportation out to the camp, food on the way, and transportation back. So, and they get that free of charge. And that a lot is thanks to the YMCA camp has a huge also sponsorship of that activity for those kids. And we took 11 kids last year. They keep telling us, bring as many as you want. And transportation is the biggest key for us, because we haven't rented a bus yet, but that may be in the future.
Where's the camp at?
That is over by Bailey. So it's the nearest YMCA camp that we have to us. So, but they're very supportive. It's really an amazing thing. And the kids just every year asking, what is the best part? Well, it's the people. And that connection with somebody, that mentorship. Excuse me. That mentorship is huge for those kids. We've also received funding from many organizations and local individuals and businesses to continue our mission as an all-volunteer organization. Oh, thank you so much. Every dollar goes back into the communities that we serve. So we have some minimal administration fees, insurance and other things like that, but everything else goes right back to our kids, which we feel is really important. So I welcome your questions, and we also have a request, and we'd love to see some support from Delta County for scholarships for our kids. Last year, we supported over $17,000 worth of scholarships just for Family Plus kids for the Nature Connection. And we have many other scholarships that we've done across the county. And we also did $2,000 towards the Delta Middle School farm to school beds that they're putting in this year. So we do a lot, and we'd love to see some support from Delta County.
Okay.
So do you have any questions about what we do?
Just quick question, you know, you talk about the YMCA kids for North Fork kids.
Yeah.
Have we talked about opening that up to the rest of the county or?
We've talked about that. Sharon has put some parameters on her funds that she donated to us to help with that program. And did not want to expand it from the North Fork area. But we can certainly do that through our funding or through your funding, if we choose to do that. And the biggest thing is transportation, getting over there and back. Because it costs, it's a good 4.5 hour to 5 hour drive, depending on the traffic, and we just want to do it safely and get the kids there and back safely.
How many days is the camp?
6, it's a 6-day camp.
And I can vouch for Anita and her organization. She has been involved in youth and outdoor recreation as a form of exercise and mental health for decades.
Sure.
True. Yeah. And you've made a difference in a lot of people's lives.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Wendell. I appreciate that.
The only request I'm gonna make is that, you cycle this in your calendar into, say, October this coming year, so we can get this ahead of budget
Yes.
instead of after budget.
Yeah.
That would be very, very helpful on our end, so
Okay.
we can see about getting this, get this put in the budget, and that makes it easier than
Right.
coming in a request in January, so.
Okay. In October.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate all your.
You bet. Okay, next up, we have board's consideration and designation of chairman of Delta County Commissioners to access security for certification of levies and revenues online at Department of Local Affairs.
This is just so somebody can accept the funds. And it's silly that we have to designate this separate from our existing chairman, but just to pacify the state, I will move that the board authorizes Chairman Lane to be the chairman to access security for certification of levies and revenues online at the Department of Local Affairs.
Second.
There's a first and second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. Now, board's consideration to certify the 2024 mill levy.
Lisa, Leona,
Jolene?
Jolene. Come on, somebody do rock, paper, scissors here.
I have before you. School district. Entity, and the total valuation and revenue for 2024. The assessed valuation is $4,733,982,406. Which translates to a total revenue for 2024 of $29,139,742.
First of all, I want to give kudos to everybody, especially Jolene. I know that with the stupidity of the state legislature, there seems to be a concurrent theme here today, but that we had to jump through a lot of hoops to get all this done. So I just want to give a huge thank you to you for all that, because it was a heck of a lot of work and had to be done in a short amount of time. They did adjust out the time frame we could adopt this, but it was still crazy that we had to go through all the exercise. So thank you so much for all your effort on that.
Unfortunately, craziness isn't over, is it?
Questions or discussions?
I don't have anything. I think we're You know, it's county, we did everything we could to try to maintain revenue neutral just because of the large increase in assessments in this last cycle. We're a small part of everyone's tax bill, but we did our part to try to maintain that at a revenue that was affordable for everybody. And hopefully everybody's stayed close to the same, at least as far as what they with the county. The other districts, we have no control over them, so. But the county on our end, we did everything we could to make it affordable for everybody, so. Just once again, thanks to everybody for their effort on that, so.
And just so everybody knows, every municipality and special district in the county gets included in the grand mill levy, of which then it is split out. And I'm looking at all the special districts, and I bet there's 23, 24.
How many special districts do we have, Lisa? Do you know? Oh, okay.
A total of 34 tax communities in the county, but you take out, like school and the county and the towns, your special districts are probably in that 23.
Yeah, that's in there counting them. Cemetery, fire districts, libraries. Soil conservancy, domestic waters. It's amazing.
Thank you for all the hard work to all the staff and the members. Thank you very much.
With that being said, I will move that the board adopt the certification of levies and revenues for the budget year 2024 as presented.
I'll second that and authorize the chairman to sign.
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. So done. Thank you.
You got a clean copy?
Yeah, you do.
Do you have a signature page?
On the bottom of the second page.
Okay. Thank you, Lil. Next up is board's consideration and designation of official Board of County Commissioners meeting date, time, and location.
I'll move that the board continue with their current schedule of meetings as first and third Tuesdays of every month at 8:30 in the morning in the County Commissioners Room at 560 Dodge.
Second.
Motion is second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, next up is board's consideration and designation of official publication place for posting of public notice.
I will move that the board continue its public place of notification at the vestibule of the courthouse at 501 Palmer Street with a courtesy posting on the internet.
Second that.
Motion is second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, aye.
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 Aye. Thank you. Board consideration and designation of emergency radio station.
I will move that the board continue our emergency radio stations that we have through KVNF and KUBC.
Second.
Motion is second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Board's consideration and determination of the annual jail tour.
So for those of you in the audience, this is the fun we get to have as per statute. Every year we have to do these things, so. It may seem silly, which it really is, but you know, state constitution requires certain things of us, so. And I will move that we get with Sheriff Taylor and come up with a day that's convenient for him for the annual jail tour.
Probably ought to do that before we start the remodel.
Oh, no. It'll
We're
be
right in the
fun.
middle of it. I'll second that.
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion? We'll get a date with sheriffs and go from there. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Board's consideration to designate the official days and office hours for all county offices to be open. And Commissioner Supis has the list.
County offices. Is that what?
Talking about something else.
Oh, okay.
Apologies if we interrupted.
Okay, sorry.
We're talking about Tim's matter coming up in a minute.
Okay, all right. Okay, no worries. I will move that the following offices and their hours be adopted for hours of operation. The assessor's office Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. From May 1st to June 8th, 9 to 4. Clerk and recorder Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. North Fork office, 8:30 to 12:30, and then 1:30 to 4:30. GIS, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4. Human Services, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. The North Fork office, 8:30 to 12:30, and then 1:30 to 4:30. Landfill, Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Planning, Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Road and Bridge Administrator, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. The Treasurer's Office, Monday through Friday, 8 to 1, 2 to 5. Veterans Office, Tuesday through Thursday, 8 to 5, by appointment only. All other county offices open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Second that.
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, aye.
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 Aye. Now we have the board's consideration and awarding of contract for 23 RFQ-10 for North Fork Miners Trail bid tally.
I'll pick up on this one, Commissioners. This is the project management and materials testing for segments 3, 4, and 5 of the Miners Trail. We went out for quote. We received 2 quotes, one from Reamcraft. They did not provide all the information we needed, but they did provide a quote at $120,000. The second was from Buckhorn Engineering at $67,000. Buckhorn has been the engineer of record so far. It would be my recommendation to the board that we approve Buckhorn Engineering for RFQ 10. And I'd welcome any questions there.
And just for a reminder, how far do these segments get us on this portion?
3, 4, and 5 goes from River Ridge Road north to into the fairgrounds and includes the pedestrian bridge.
Okay, so this will include bridge.
Bridge inspections, material testing.
Okay.
All that. And this is covered through the CDOT grant,
Okay,
the MMO.
and
grant.
they do cover everything to do with the placement of the bridge for pilings and everything like that.
Correct.
Okay. The dollar amount here,
67 even.
67,000 even.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I'll move that the board award the contract for RFQ 2010-23 for the North Fork Miners Trail to Buckhorn Engineering for $67,000.
Second that.
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion?
Chairman, I wonder if the motion could include a authorization for someone to sign the contract, whether it's the chair or whether it's the commissioner.
I Okay, I
So
will,
it doesn't have to come, so it doesn't have to come.
I will amend the motion, authorizing Commissioner Kuntz to enter into contract with Buckhorn Engineering for this project.
Second that.
We have an amended motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you, Commissioner Kuntz, for all your efforts on this.
Labor of love.
Who would have thought making a trail would be this involved? Okay, next up, we have to ratify the warrants.
I move we approve, we ratify the warrants from the various funds, paid by warrants number 149693 through 149965, and ACH transactions 612-627 from December 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023, totaling $1,511,993.98 in accounts payable and $1,706,607.75 in monthly county human services and health department for December 2023 payroll for items budgeted and approved per Delta County policy and authorized chair to sign.
I'll second that.
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. So done. Thank you. Now, Mr. Foya. Presentation, the semi-annual report.
Good morning.
I would like to present the semi-annual report running from July 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023. The images that were sent to you for presentation purposes only do have 11 funds highlighted in yellow regarding beginning balances. They do not match the ending balances reflected on the report for 6/30/2023 due to state income tax payroll taxes being lately reported. So we've got an accumulative total of $44,098 between the 11 funds. Would you like me to read those funds?
I don't think that's necessary.
Basically, the state income taxes for payroll purposes didn't come through until July and were backdated until 6/30. So all ending balances are accounted for. You will notice that there's a over $500,000 balance in the grants fund, which is 0200. This is planned for expensing in 2024. The capital improvements, which is 0230, was nearly 5 million at the end of 2022, is reflecting a balance of 2.5 million. This has been averaging about the 5 million, but I believe due to our, changes and our expansion in the county, that's what reflecting in that decrease. The only balance that is in a negative at this time is 0451, which is 5 cents in the negative, which is the Hotchkiss Cemetery. This is due to an abatement coming through prior to taxes being collected. So once taxes start being collected, it will absorb.
Any questions?
I will move that the board accept the semi-annual report from the Delta County Treasurer, and thank you for her time and effort on this.
I'll second that. And the thank you.
Motion second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate
Thank
it
you
very
very
much.
much.
Thank you. E23 highway users tax miles and classification for the state of Colorado.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, sir.
Mike stated today, before you is the certification of the 2023 HUTF mileage. There are 738.379 miles of eligible streets. Inspected District 1 past fall. The majority of the roads are in fair to good condition. So this will need the commissioner's signature certifying that these mileages are correct. Do you have any questions of me?
Do we have any major changes this year? I know
Not any
we've
major
We've
changes.
upgraded a few roads, but I didn't.
Yes,
think-
those are in here. North Road is finished, that's in District 2. B50 was paved, the second half of B50 was paved. Lamborn Mesa had an overlay. Those were the major changes.
And when is bridge inspections due? I know it's not part of this, but
Bridge inspections are complete, from the, it's not Stantec that does it this year, it's a different company. We should have, a presentation in a couple months, I think, for that.
of particular interest on that for me would be the G50 bridge.
Okay. The minor one over by the highway, right?
Yep. I have no other questions, Chair.
Thank you, Tim, for the efforts. I know this is a bit of a haul every year, so. But we do not pay for road improvements if we don't have this, so
Correct.
thank you very much.
So that signature page does need signed.
Yes, do you have a clean copy or did we just pick
You
one of
can
these?
pick one of those if you
Okay.
want.
All right,
So I'll move that the board accept the certification of 2023 highway users, tax miles, and classification for the state of Colorado.
second,
Motion is second on the floor. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
aye,
Aye, so done.
Tim, it has been brought to our attention that F Road over by that batch plant is deteriorating rapidly. Could you get some time and take a look at that?
I've actually looked at it. I need to sit down with Mark McMillan and discuss it and Scott Sheets.
we have a
Yeah.
road and bridge work session this afternoon, so
Right.
let's see if we can discuss that. Got the right year, I'm proud of you.
Had to think. Thank you, Tim.
Welcome.
Get back. Next up, board's consideration of 23 RFP 27 for awarding the construction, installation, and commissioning of EV charging stations.
Again, commissioners, this is a project that came my way. We put out to bid earlier, if you remember, purchase of the equipment. This is the construction, installation, commissioning of all that equipment. This is paid for by a $153,000 grant from state of Colorado. And second, a $647,000 repurposed fine from West Elk Mine, which was designated for this kind of project. So there are no county dollars involved here. We went out to bid. You can see we had 4 bidders there. It would be my recommendation after going through everything and checking qualifications to put this bid to a local contractor, Hometown Electric, based on one, local reputation, putting local people to work, competitive bid and schedule.
Happy to see you get this many bids. I'm even happier when you've got 3 bids that close in price. It tells you we're getting good solid pricing. And I would agree with keeping this to a local company. For I'll move that the board approve RFP 2023-27 to Hometown Electric Incorporated out of Delta, Colorado for a dollar amount of $269,656.54.
Second.
And authorize Commissioner Coots to enter into contract.
Good catch. Second.
Almost didn't catch. I got that look from you.
Yeah. Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion? There's one point, would you expand on the coal mine money for the electric charging station?
It's, the way I understand it, Commissioner, is West Elk received a first in the nation air quality fine. And after a long discussion with the state, they've settled on a dollar amount, which I don't know. But part of that, and they were able to repurpose to a supplemental environmental project. And with the state's work on this, they came to the county and said, can you be the fiscal agent for a project? And these EV, level 3 EV chargers then fell out of that.
Nice. Thank you.
I want to encourage everybody to buy an electric car. It is absolutely the best thing for the coal industry, so.
Chuck's got a question. Go ahead, Chuck, quickly.
Where is this EV station? Is it on county land or on
There.
state land or,
There's several of them.
There's going to be 4 of them.
oh, for this amount, is 2.6?
Yeah, the equipment's already been purchased at almost 370,000.
Okay.
So before, Cedar Edge, Fairgrounds, Crawford, and Delta.
Okay.
So, and they're level 3s fast charge, which takes a 3-phase power,
So that means it's Ethel, not regular? Is that-
pretty much.
Okay, thank you.
They're premium.
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. So done. Thank you.
And Lindsay is going to work on a press release for this. Make sure we get the data right.
Good, sir. Are you ready for me to present the
Next up,
calendar?
we have our schedule with Lindsay.
Yes, Commissioners, today we have a work session for Road and Bridge from 1 to 2 here at 560 Dodge. This afternoon from 3:30 to 5:30, I have a Board of Health meeting. January 16th, today, 4:30 to 6, there's a 1 Delta County Board meeting. January 18th at 8:30 a.m. I have an AGNC legislative call. January 19th, 12 to 1:30 CCI legislative briefing. January 23rd, MRX/DTX annual OP meeting, 10 to 12 p.m.
Say that one again, Lindsay.
It's an MRX-DTX annual OP meeting.
Wildfire.
Oh, okay.
Why don't they just say wildfire?
Because it sounds better with.
Acronyms are.
I would add no.
You've been in government long enough. You know this.
January 23rd, 1 to 3, Board of County Commissioners work session, drone policy and floodplain. January 25th at 8:30, there's another AGNC call. January 27th, we have the Delta Health Foundation Gala. Is there anything else that you have that I might be missing?
I don't have anything else.
Nothing that involves everybody, so.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lindsay. Appreciate it. Okay, I'll do the jail report. For Sunday, January 14th, 2024, Delta County Detention Facility Population Count Report. Male inmates county jail 36, female inmates county jail 14. Male inmates Department of Corrections 5, female inmates Department of Corrections 1. For a total of 56. Average daily inmate population for the week of 1/7/24 through 1/14/24 was 55.57. Next up is planning at 10 o'clock, so we'll recess until 10 a.m.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Austin, you wanna go this way? So you can walk down the hall. I'll go. Sure, yep. Hang on.
Yeah. There he is.
About to chase. Here I am.
Good morning again, everyone. We'll come back on the record from the adjournment, and next up is on planning the present the land use code revision. Austin, we'll turn it over to you.
So we finished the revisions and have a cleaned up copy of the land use code for public submittal. It will be live today on our website by 2 p.m. at the latest. We will have the old versions or draft versions removed. We'll keep the existing 2021 version on there, which has been ratified until the new version gets ratified. We also, as of right now, we have new land use maps on the Delta County website. So the interactive maps do have a pop-up that states that the UGA has been changed to residential 1, and it doesn't reflect that in the maps. So you can see that. There were some questions about the maps in the past about old versions and new versions. There are places on our Delta County website, particularly for floodplain management, that you can see the difference in the maps. So I can illustrate and show you guys that later if you would like. But all of those things should be live today as of 2 p.m.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Austin?
Just to be clear, those are not red line documents. That's a clean, fresh document.
Yeah, so I have a clean version of all of the revisions over the last couple of years from the planning commission and the board here. We have the final version that the board would like to present to the public.
If they would like to see a red line version, would they come to the planning commission to see that?
Yeah, or they can come to the planning department and they can see a red line version, yes.
Okay, thank you. Next up is to pick a date for the public comment period on the land use code. Let's see.
Lindsay was going to research several dates there.
Seems like the 20th of February. Or the 21st, they can do, so 5:30 on the 20th or 5:30 on the 21st, but again, that Wednesday, you guys have quite a day, so,
A Tuesday.
yeah.
It'd be my recommendation, we go with the 21st, commissioners. What do you guys think?
That's fine with me.
Yeah, 21st of February, that'll give the public time to review the new clean document and go over the maps and that will be at the Performing Arts Center here in Delta at 5:30, the 21st. Do we need to,
We will, like I will, make that official motion. Yep. I will move that the, board, approve February 21st, 5:30 at the Delta Performing Arts Center for the public hearing for the land use code revision. And present the land use code today on the internet for the public.
I'll second.
motion and second on the floor, any further discussion? Do we need to go over any of these items?
I think so.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, so the 21st of February, 5:30, thank you.
And we have an FAQ here. Regarding the public hearing.
Yes, so, I don't know if you guys want to run through these publicly or you want to do it offline, but I did have a couple details that Robbie asked me to go through. The meeting details will be on the Delta County website. We will also put them on social media and on the county message boards. Information will also be in the Delta Independent and also in the High Community Tracker. Registering to speak, are we going to ask community members to register to speak?
Seems like last time we just had a sign-in sheet.
Yeah, we had a sign-in sheet last time, so
So we'll ask people that.
yes.
Harry, will you be? I'll create and we'll have to have people, I'm assuming, planning, that's out there to help man the tables to get people to sign in.
So I've on here to ask the public to prepare their comments. Organize your thoughts beforehand, clearly outline the points you want to make and consider providing specific examples or evidence to support your position. Respect time limits. Are we going to have a time limit?
3 minutes?
Be concise and focus, be respectful, maintain a civil tone throughout your comments, even if you disagree with others. Address specific sections or concerns, provide solutions. Zoom, the public hearing will be live streamed via Zoom. Participants on Zoom are not allowed to provide comments during the hearing. That's due to constraints with the Performing Center's technical capabilities. If you are joining via Zoom and wish to have your comments shared with the commissioners during the meeting, please follow the instructions below on submitting written comments in advance. So I put in here, the public hearing will allow for written submissions in addition to spoken comments. Consider submitting a written statement to ensure your views are read by the commissioners. Written statements can be submitted to the clerk and recorder's office. Is that how we want to do it?
Didn't we have an email that was set up for
Planning
this?
Commission should be receiving those.
Well, no,
Or-
the planning department, not the planning commission. So, but we already have an email set up that we were receiving comments on this, correct?
Yeah, I just think our typical
Planning.
planning at the county.
Right. Right.
Yes.
I think we just continue that one.
Okay,
And then I just need to also
And then-
make sure that I receive all those comments as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
so we'll,
Make sure I understand this right, that the commissioners aren't gonna read aloud the emailed comments, they're just gonna be a matter of record.
And that's why I had a question on that. Will the commissioners be the ones to read the comments that are submitted out loud if they want? Is that how you all did it last time or?
Last time they were just submitted to us. We didn't make a public reading of them, so.
Okay. So if they want them read aloud, should they put that in there?
No, they should show up or have a representative show up with a 3-minute time limit.
Okay.
Being specific and being concise always is a benefit.
Yes. Be informed, familiarize yourself with the current land use code and proposed changes. Remember that public hearings are an opportunity for community members to actively participate in the decision-making process. By following these guidelines, community members can effectively contribute their input to the commissioners regarding the land use code. Is there anything that you see that I'm missing or that I need to add on this?
I think so.
We're good.
I'll make those changes and I'll resend it out and I'll distribute it to the public.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Yeah, with you.
Okay, next up is Human Services at 10:30. So we will recess until 10:30. Thank you. Okay, it's 10:30. We'll come back on the record with Human Service and crew. Thank you very much for being here. Annie, we'll turn it over to you.
Sounds good. I've always to start with the fun part. And that's my names.
The fun or the fund? Overall, we're at 81.77 and we're supposed to be at 92, so similar to last month, we're under. I think it's good. Did you have any questions regarding that part?
Expenditures look fine to me, look standard.
And then the payables is a little bit higher than normal, just because we had some, more pass-throughs catching up, for the PSSF program. And then we had the backtrack program this month, so it was a little bit higher. And then, the financial director showed us how to use Cassell to be more consistent in making sure things are paid each month. So that going forward will be more consistent in the payment reports, if you have any questions on that.
How many backpacks did we hand out or do we know?
So they do, I think they have like, yeah, hundreds of them of the totes. And so every year, you know, just whoever applies, ages 3 to 5, can apply for it. And I don't know the exact number, but we can find out for next month's reporting. The nice part about it is, if you have kids that spend time at grandparents or daycare or anything like that, they also are eligible for that box for a kiddo too. So that there's boxes everywhere that kids going can interact with. So sometimes one kid may have technically 3 boxes assigned to them. So
I see. Good program. Thank you.
yeah, we appreciate them. Any other questions?
Give you the signed sheet.
Alrighty, so next we have our Housing Navigator grant update. So we received that grant in the summer. We contracted with Hilltop for a navigator position to serve the whole county. And so this was our report that we sent to the state, capturing October through December. And so we have 21 of unhoused clients that they did case management with. 32 were served in that case management, and then of rehoused and retained was 6. So 10 kids, 4 families, and 2 seniors secured housing for the holiday season. And there's a list there in the notes of the successes that they've had. They also continue to have meetings every 2 weeks.
so that they are capturing all entities, including human services and the school district, Haven House, and they have partnered with some landlords to join as well. So they're engaging the community about families that they're working with and kind of working through next steps for them. So that's our update. And we'll continue to do that through this next year. Because this was a grant funded position, we're not sure if they will continue that grant, but considering the situation that's happening in Denver with homelessness now, I would imagine they'll be up for another grant cycle in this next fiscal year, but we'll see.
Have you heard of any more buses coming from Denver throughout the state or anything?
I have not, at least not to this area. So Chris Stewart and I are working on a plan that we submitted to the state, and then hopefully within the next week or so, we're going to go up and look in the trailer that we have, how much costs we have and available resources. And we know that one of the Red Cross trailers was moved to Eagle County. We're hoping that it's back. A hard part with the Red Cross being a part of our potential sheltering and migration plan is that you have to declare a disaster for Red Cross to be activated for sheltering. And so we're trying to navigate that with the state of how do you then access resources differently if you cannot access Red Cross. So that's something we're working on.
Boy, they've created such a mess.
Well, I think it creates a mess for especially our size county as well, that doesn't have a lot of resources here, just naturally. And so I think it's a struggle, and I think directors are trying to really work with the state to say, what are you going to help with? And really ask some of those important questions, because we will need that support. We can't do it all individually as counties. We'll need to band together.
Please keep us updated.
Sure. Next is Lori. We have two MOUs. First one is for the CCAP review, and the state decided, especially because they have the new Department of Early Childhood, even though we had a CCAP MOU that was going to go until 2025, because they're a new department, they needed to submit one that's actually contracted with their department. So it's a lot like the MOU that we've had for years under the CCAP program. It just defines the Department of Early Childhood separately from CDHS. And then the TANF MOU is pretty standard as usual. I don't think there was any significant changes other than some of the programmatic changes that happened with the TANF bill in the last legislative session. Anything you'd like to add to those?
They did try to, the wording instead of using TANF, they are looking to use more of the language that piece of it is different on this MOU.
There is an outreach plan as well. And so they are looking to counties to use some of the pieces from their toolkit that they've submitted to counties, and really work with your community to promote the program and to get out into your schools and things like that. So we have a plan that we'll be working on this next year. And the AutoWorks TANF one is a signature, but the CCAP one comes through DocuSign. So once that's approved today, or if that's approved today, then it will come to you through the DocuSign process. And I think they initiated that with an email already, so
Okay.
in preparation.
Well, I'll move that the board approve the memorandum of understanding with Colorado Department of Early Childhood. And authorize chair to sign.
Second?
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Should I go ahead and sign this one?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the other list.
Oh, okay, this is the next one. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm just.
Okay.
Well, you got them both in here?
The other one is, I have the hard copy, but it's also sent. You don't have to be done. You can have everything. I can.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
was actually that one, but that's okay. You'll get the DocuSign too.
Yeah, good. Now for the Colorado Works Program. It's the, yeah, the
That's that
first
one
one.
right there, yeah. I'll move that the board, agree to and authorize the chairman to sign the MOU with the, State of Colorado Department of Human Services for the, Colorado Works Program. Term of this MOU from, current to June 30th, 2025.
I'll second.
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Okay. Anything else?
Yep, so just a few updates. One of the things that we're working on for the single entry point is Rocky and that merge. And so we have completed most things, gotten a lot of questions answered. We had a few questions for a while, but it seems like we have some answers there. They are going to be, they're working on potential for leasing that space up in the North Fork. And so really it's not necessarily a physical move for them. We're hoping that that's successful. I think the county attorney's office has a lot of work in that piece as well and is helping to contribute to that. And they will officially transition to Rocky. The go live date is March 1st. So they will be with the county up until that day, and then we will transition. Lynn most likely is not going to be transitioning to Rocky, so we are looking at the options for her remaining a human services employee and up at the front desk there and things like that. So we're working on those pieces for her. She's been a staple in the community on that front desk, and we want to continue to ensure that there's coverage there, and the DMV is also there. So that's helpful, I think, to be able to continue to have a presence up there. Is there anything like that?
I don't think so. I mean, we're gonna be sad to lose Lynn. I know we'll see her, but just want to say,
So how many total are transferring over to Rocky Mountain?
6. And then Lynn is the only one at this point who's not.
The other thing that Rocky has really encouraged and that we value is that the caseload stays the same. So for the members that are participating in the program, hopefully they'll see the least amount of disruption, and will continue to have their cases with the same case manager.
Do they have to reapply and all that paperwork?
No.
Great.
Well, the clients? No, the clients, everything should just, we're working really hard, excuse me, for there to just be a seamless transition for that. And the most questions we've gotten from the clients is, are they gonna lose their current case manager? I think, and some have even just asked, how's this gonna look? And we just try to reassure them, you know, we can't answer some questions that are really, that Rocky needs to answer, but we answer as much as we can, but, we're just assuring them nothing will change with their services or anything like that. So.
Okay.
Michelle, does that 6 include you?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I will be the supervisor then for Rocky for that.
We will be sad to lose you too.
Yeah, yes, it is very normal. This change is kind of difficult and it will be very sad to leave, so.
Michelle and I are working on a plan to for next month's board meeting for the staff.
Very good.
So we're working on that plan as well.
Very good.
Adult protection and child welfare, staying pretty steady as usual. Nothing is, I mean, other than just some high conflict cases that we've had and worked on in the last month. And so that has been difficult for staff, but Lynette has a great plan of supporting them. And then just continuing to work towards the differential response. So we had a first kickoff meeting, and Lynette advocated strongly for in-person and for group supervision and things that she knows will make that transitions hopefully really smooth for the staff. we're going to be transitioning with Montrose at the same time. So, we make a start for that.
We're excited to get to partner with Montrose County so that our communities that kind of are fluid and people that travel back and forth and move back and forth can experience the same structure, procedures, and know what to expect from each county, and it will be the same instead of different, which I think is vital for our larger community.
On these highly conflict cases, was that due to the holidays or time of year or?
You know, I think we've just had some cases that have lingered out there for a little bit and we've continued to be involved. And so some of that coming to resolution can be difficult for the family, difficult for the staff as well. Just the intensity of some of those cases. And so it takes a toll on the family and the staff as well. And so Lynette's got a good plan for supporting the staff and moving forward. And so we're hoping to be able to recognize the staff, you know, as they work hard. And honestly, some of those cases affect more than just our worker in the building. And so how do we do that for all staff that may not have the ability to have that same support? So we're looking at how to bring that to the whole building. And so sometimes you just never know. You're gonna have a high conflict case like that and it kind of takes you by surprise. So.
Well, thank you and your crew for all your work you do, just like these special cases that, you know, tug at your heart and how you handle that stress is very, very appreciative. And I'm sure that if young people involved one of these days, maybe they will be able to look back and appreciate all the help that the staff has given them in these conflicts. But thank you.
You will pass that on, and I think the staff also wants to thank the board as we move into this new year and just the support that they know that the board is providing them. They're very appreciative for that. So thank you.
Good.
All right. That's all we have, I think.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Stay warm.
Yes.
Terry's needs to attest to one of them, I think.
Is there any other business that needs to come before the board? If not, we'll stand adjourned. Thank you very much.